Holby City's Dr Connie Beecham and actress Amanda Mealing has swapped the wards of Holby recently for those of a health clinic in Sierra Leone as part of a visit for the charity Save the Children. I'm going to be talking to Amanda in just a moment, but first, this is what she found.
I don't think anything can prepare you for what this is like. I don't know how anyone can live in these conditions. This has to be the toughest place to live. The stench, the heat, the humidity, the rubbish that is around here. And these people live in and around and on this. You can see the houses that are, the shacks that are built on the river bed, actually. I don't think you can ever conceive of people living in conditions like this. It's really, really quite shocking. As a mother, I find it incredible that children have to live with all this.
Extraordinary pictures Amanda's here's now. It's extraordinary, sort of watching you go out there and getting involved. But how did you come to be there?
Well, I've obviously known about the charity's work for a long time, and when I heard about this project, I think it's one of those things that once you know about it, you can't ignore it, and you can't help but be moved by it. So I said, if I am to get involved, I'd really like to go out there so I have first-hand knowledge and I'm better able to explain. And we went out there a couple of days ago. We went out there for 5 days to make that documentary, and it was stunning. It was an assault on the senses and the emotions. I mean, these are wonderful, wonderful people. They are really very cheerful and proud and dignified people living on garbage. They live within open sewers. There are children walking around.
Why do they do that? You know, I mean, it sounds incredibly ignorant, but people might be thinking, just move. You know, why can't they?
But you have to remember, this is a country on its knees. Its civil war ended in 2002. And again, that's one of the things that, you know, very few people know about. We all heard about war, we didn't hear about, you know, what's happened in peacetime. And again, a lot of NGOs go out there and help when there's an emergency, but they all disappear. This is a country on
workers, isn't it?
The charity workers. So this is a country on its knees, and generally the level of quality of life is very low, obviously compared to us. The newly elected government is promising a lot of things, but one of their promises was electricity. Now, this is for the capital city, for Sierra Leone, so you can imagine if the capital city is hungry for electricity, they don't have enough spare, they don't have anything spare. So these people have less than nothing. They're living on and off the rubbish that is thrown out by Freetown.
Clearly we saw you with a lot of the mothers there as well, and you were holding some of the children, and I imagine you got to meet some of the children. What was that like, and what do the parents and mothers go through?
Well, the children are just gorgeous, but really, really gorgeous. And I must say, with everyone I met, there wasn't an ounce of self-pity. There wasn't, you know, they weren't there with a hand apathetic and saying, you know, feed me, help me. These are really, as I said, really dignified people. The children cheering, they're going, Auntie, Auntie, snappy, snappy, and they all wanted their photo taken, or wanted to touch your hand and hold your hand. Wonderful children, but they're walking around with no shoes on, broken glass. I mean, this is a rubbish site that they build on. They build their houses on, and they're walking around in tins that are kind of roughly cut open sideways. They're walking around with no shoes on, and come the rainy season in May, June, there are torrential rains. We had one night at 3 o'clock in the morning, one night's rain, and came down to Crew Bay in the morning because it's at the bottom of the hill, so everything washes down and out through the bay. And the rubbish, the refuse, everything, the open sewer, had poured onto this main thoroughfare, which is their trading place, and into a couple of houses, knocked them over. One of the new mothers that we met happened to be up at 3 o'clock in the morning breastfeeding. So this is the trouble. The rains come in the night, and this is in the dry season.
What they have to deal with.
She had to put her baby on the roof.
Crikey,
to help clear out.
I mean, as a mother yourself, obviously these things sort of really strike home. But when you got home, what was it like when you saw your kids, and how have they been affected by it?
Well, I just wanted to run and hold them. I didn't want to let them go, really. But they're wonderful. I mean, they did want to come out meet everyone. But they've got their pen pals now, and they said they wanted to, you know, they save up a little bit of their pocket money every week. And with the Crew Bay project, what they're going to do, and hopefully what people at home will be able to do, is go onto the website. And I think it gives you a really, really good understanding and introduction to the people and the conditions they live in. And my boys are going to text. You can text NUT, the word N-U-T, which for around £1 will donate plumpy nut, it's called. It's like a peanut paste. This is for malnutrition. There's a lot of cholera come the rainy season, and malaria.
And that'll make a big difference.
And like a huge, little, you know, a little effort from us. I'm guilty of, you know, having good intentions, but if it takes too much effort, no.
Yeah.
But just, you know,
that's
being
as
able
simple
to
as it can get.
texting, and then you can
and of
make
course,
a donation.
Of course, it's still, I mean, life goes on when you come home and you go back to the wards and you go back to Holby City and you get on with the series and being Dr. Connie at the same time, which must be quite surreal. It's
quite weird to think of the comparisons between what is available, and obviously we just make a drama of it, but what we do is try and make an honest representation of you know, what's available to us in Britain. But compare that to what's there is...
Well, Amanda, it's lovely to see you. Thank you very much for coming in. I'm glad the trip was so meaningful to you as well, and it's good that we've got a sense of it. There's plenty about what's going on in Sierra Leone on the website. If you want to find out a little bit more, then do get onto it, GM.TV.
Well, we're talking about weddings coming up next, and how the big day needs